Hi, my name is Arabella Vanderpool. I am one of the students in the Neuroscience and Physiological Psychology class. I am a senior. I hopefully will be graduating this semester. And a few things about me: I collect bones to make bone art. I am working with possums and some bunnies through rehab so they can go back into the wild. And last but not least, I've just redone the living room of my apartment with my boyfriend because I needed some sort of change. So, speaking of changing, so it's a little bit of a switch up from what I normally have on my YouTube channel, but this is a part of my class. I'll be posting videos here. And speaking of my class, topic 1. So the first topic of this class, the neuroscience and, is the history. So neuroscience didn't just come out of nowhere. It came through all sorts of sciences. And because of it came from little tidbits of different sciences, definitely the 1600s and 1800s were very pivotal towards, neuroscience. And this was through many scholars at the time that were poking and prodding, dissecting things. Even there's been certain neuro cases, and these are very interesting. You have spikes going through an eye and basically having an lobotomy to, losing vocalization at the age of 30. It's very interesting. Relating to my personal life, when I was reading through the text and stuff, my mother has gone through so many different things. The text also stated in the book that there are different ways to uncover the mind, especially nowadays, like different technologies like MRIs. You also have all sorts of other things. My mother specifically had trouble sleeping, and so they hooked up her brain non-invasively. There is invasive sorts of machinery being used and non-invasive. This was a non-invasive type that a couple wires were put around her head. She was asked to go to sleep, and so she'd go to sleep, and they would see the brain waves and what was going on up there. And so from the 1600s and 1800s all the way up to now, there's been a big leap. But neuroscience didn't actually have the name till the 1900s, so it's rightfully so. Neuroscience could grow further than this. But with my life specifically, I have my mother who's undergone a lot of different things. But me, I haven't had those tests. But I have seen different people with those things, like seizures, epilepsy people. I have heard people have it. It's a big topic. You hear, don't have flashing lights at events because it could cause these seizures. Try to avoid it if I can. Sometimes I forget. And people that are a little bit more sensitive to it, I when it happens, I kind of freak out and go, wait. But yeah, the closest thing to the brain in learning how it functions to me, since I'm just getting used to this, would have to be through behavioral classes I took at Malone, animal behavior. We didn't go too much into the brain, but we definitely went into behaviors. And then also when it came to my last class, where I was teaching a rat, Jim, which I love Jim, I was teaching him different behaviors, specifically that of teaching him and focusing on how he was learning it. And so when looking through the slides for this class and watching the videos, I learned that specifically the frontal lobes will help with that, especially the steps. So it was very interesting to look back on my own life and be like, well, I know the concepts, but I don't know physically what's going on up there. It's like knowing how to walk, but not knowing the specific, joints, ligaments, bones, muscles, any of that to learn how to walk. But you just know to walk. So it's very interesting. But anyways, hope this suffices. If not, I'm very sorry. And I hope you all have a good day. And yeah, bye. Hope to talk to you guys more about stuff for my class.